What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how painful life is, at least for me, in my opinion, but and how much like I look forward to going to the afterlife, like on some real shit. I think life is painful because well, one, human beings we're forced to work all the time. So as human beings, we are slaves to this society. Like we're not truly free because in order for you to navigate in life, you're forced to work pretty much. So I think that's fucking stupid. And now you got time speeding up so fast every day, but yet the system isn't changing, meaning we still have to go to work. Like most people go to work like 8 hours a day, full time or part time. Most schools are 8 hours, and and because time goes by so fast, most of these schools, most of people's jobs takes up most of their time. So people realistically have 2 days off, but do they really have 2 days off? Because time has been accelerating extremely fucking fast, extremely fast. So since time is accelerating extremely fast, people have less time to have free time to even enjoy themselves. They have less time to recover, to really enjoy life. So we're not really exploring life. We're too busy working for the system just to make money, just to survive. The system operates off of fear. So if I'm in the reality to where people are operating off of fear, why would I enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? I don't really enjoy it. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like this life. Also, this life produces a lot of mentally ill people. So the reasons why a lot of people smoke, a lot of people drink alcohol, a lot of people consume drugs, a lot of people consume any type of addiction. It could be food, it could be sex, it could be bad habits, it could be anything. It's because we live in a world where we're not truly free. We're forced to do things out of expectations. And it's not even about that. It's more so about we don't have no true freedom in this world because money rules people's lives. You can't navigate in this world if you don't have money, you know? So and because we live in such a dysfunctional society, it causes a lot of people, especially family members, to have a lot of mental health issues. This is why there's a lot of generational curses, there's a lot of generational trauma, and there's a lot of crimes, there's a lot of criminal activity. Is because God and the universe, they're allowing this realm, this world to be orchestrated in such a fucked up manner. Um, Even if you look at human history, throughout human history, there's been a lot of history of just a lot of violence. There's a lot of wars and battles going on in human history. So it's very fucked up. So or the human experience isn't a safe place. It's a very evil place. Um and yeah, it's very violent. So that's why a lot of people aren't happy in life. A lot of people have mental health issues. A lot of people fall into addictions. It's because we live in a very harsh world, basically. Um, but like I said, for some reason, God or the universe, they're speeding up time extremely fast. And because of that, people don't have any time for themselves to even enjoy life. They're too busy either working or going to school. But the reason why people work or go to school is so they can make money, just so they can survive. And if we're operating in a society to where we have to force to do something against our will just to survive, then that's a fucking problem. We're not animals. We're human beings. Even animals have more freedom than us. But I don't get into that because I don't know what life is like for an animal. I can assume it's pretty much fucking hell. But because animals kill each other and shit, and you always gotta be on survival mode 24/7. So I do not want to experience that shit in any lifetime. It sounds brutal, but I feel like the human experience is also brutal too. With the human experience, it's more so covert and it's more so a mental battle compared to a physical battle. Because mentally, the society is set up to where covertly, if you're not voluntarily to be a slave for this world, then this world will covertly punish you by this world by not supporting you through money or through any type of not thing to navigate in this world freely, because we're ruled by money. And the reasons why I blame God and the universe for this shit is because they're allowing pedophiles and evil people to rule over the human beings pretty much for a long time. So that's why there's a lot of crime activity. This is why there's a lot of wars and battles. This is why there's a lot of enslavement. This is why there's a lot of suffering. It's because we're ruled by corrupt people who are greedy pretty much, who wants power. And spiritually speaking, because there's no karmic justice being played out, and people in the spiritual community, they want to talk about, oh, there's karma is going to get this and that, karma is going to get that specific person, or karma is going to happen, karma is a real thing, or the collective karma. People want to talk about that, which is fine, they could be right, but like, how come no one talks about, how come karma never gets people who are in power? How come karma never gets people who are in charge, who are fucking people over? How come karma never balances out the fact that human beings are slaves for this system? How come karma doesn't balance out the fact that there's been a lot of wars and battles and bloodshed happening? How come no one talks about how come karma never balances out between oppression, corruption, and enslavement? So this is why I blame God and the universe as well, because they're not really doing anything to fix this situation. And as human beings, yes, we could take action. Yes, we have a voice. Yes, we outnumber people who are in power. But at the same time, we're not really going to do anything about it because, one, most people don't know what's going on. And two, even if we do know what's going on, it's gonna be hard for us to actually make changes, because like physically, because we're born into this corrupt system. The fact that God and the universe erases a lot of people's past life memories, so they don't understand what was going on between past lives and how this whole thing was orchestrated and set up. So if you don't have your past life, if you don't have access to your past life memories, then of course, as a baby, when you're born into this situation, you don't know what's going on. Your parents don't know what's going on. You're being taught the wrong things. You're being misguided. And then the only best way to find information is to, one, experience how cruel this life is. If you're in tune with your sensitivity, if you're in tune with your heart space, if you're in tune with your inner child, but also like if you're doing research and trying to figure out the right information on why the world is so evil. And then you come up with your own conclusion and answers to see what's going on. So that's the best we can do. But when it comes to actual changes, that's not going to happen because we were born into this situation. We were pretty much born into a prison. It's hard to break free from a prison if you're born into it. And like I said, and then each and every year, you got time speeding up so fast every day, every month, every year. Time has been accelerating extremely fast. So that's causing people to be more stressed out because they have less time to sleep and recover, and they're too busy working and going to school, and they don't have time for themselves. So life is very stressful. And then you got the money system controlling people's lives, and then inflation's increasing, and because we're experiencing all that, yeah, it's going to cause people to commit crimes. It's going to cause people to steal money. It's going to cause people to have mental health issues. That's the main reasons why there's a lot of spiritual warfare when it comes to narcissism, narcissistic people, just a lot of gender wars as well. Is because we live in a very fucked up society, and the fact that God and the universe are allowing this shit to happen, they're not making any changes. That's why it continues to happen pretty much. So that's all I gotta say. Have a good one. Peace.